Joe. Is this now Joe's time, I guess, Matt? Is this the time to finally give Joe the ball? And, ever since coming to WWE, and I'm talking about NXT here, I think we've been waiting for these moments for him to get into this title situation. And I know he was involved last year, but again, that was a multi-man type thing. And I think against sort of, when you got on Raw, you got the whole situation with Brock, it's slightly different. But here on SmackDown, Matt, there looks like there's much more potential for this to work. But it's odd, Matt, that WWE have taken that stance with Shinsuke, but would they be a bit more fonder of Joe, and why, Matt?
Yeah, it's got me wondering many things here, because like you said, I thought Nakamura would be a much better fit for that kind of title than Joe would be. I know Joe's a great talent, and he's that kind of big scary name where you can insert him into these matches, and it does generate an interest, and there is a credible threat there. We even saw him facing people like Brock Lesnar, and he was able to pull that off and make it look good. So of course they're going to have a good match, but it's not going to be anything that we haven't seen in the likes of TNA before.
Yeah.
So they definitely know how to work together, and it's going to be a good match. But is Joe the guy I would put at the top? Not really. I would definitely swap these roles around. The three guys we're seeing sort of fighting over the US title now, I would have swapped those roles. I would have had Joe maybe going for the US title, because although he's pretty good and great at what he does, his kind of track record in the WWE right now is kind of losing every major feud he's ever had.
Yeah, and that's the problem, by the way, with the 50-50. So, you got to get this guy on a run. He's not been as believable as I think we needed him to be. Now, if WWE had put their eggs in one basket here and, him gone on a long, crazy run, then by now, Matt, coming into SummerSlam, we should be thinking, hang on a minute, there is a genuine threat, not just because the bookies are saying it, but literally because this guy's been on a crazy run, and WWE are, putting their stock in him. But like you say, he's not really finished anything off quite well here, has he? So there's not been a significant feud where I thought, he's now gone up the ladder as such. But yeah, it's interesting, Matt. TNA almost headlining, I guess, to a certain extent. But Ring of Honor before that, these guys, they know each other so well. Do I think Joe can pull this off and be champion? Of course I do. I think he'd have a tremendous run. But I do feel like WWE have waited far too long almost to pull the trigger here. I really do. I just hope it's not too little too late. However, that is if you're going to say Samoa Joe is winning. Obviously AJ's been on a tremendous run, Matt. He's had the belt for quite some time as well. What do you think about the finish to the match, Matt? And have you got a feeling this will perhaps go on further, or is this going to be the defining night here?
Yeah, I kind of hope that AJ retains, because he's been on, like you said, quite a great run, right, as it's been of late, and he's beaten some good people. If you don't count Jinder, maybe, but then Jinder was pretty good on his run for what he had. So
talk about a guy who's not involved. Jesus.
Yeah, when was that he won that? It was quite a while ago now, wasn't it?
Well, let's face it. He what was it? Money in the Bank, wasn't it? He got that, so he would have.
He's definitely.
Yeah.
He'd definitely be on the run, so I'd keep that momentum building, and if WWE do run with that, he could have like one of the most memorable kind of title reigns going. And we're not looking at a young AJ here; we're looking at one where he is 40, 41 maybe. So you're thinking this could be one of his last memorable kind of great title runs. So I would definitely put all my stock in AJ.
Yeah, it'd be cool if the program kept up and it went all that time with AJ, gets through Survivor Series and then faces another opponent, say someone like The Miz next, and you go all that way. Hopefully Daniel Bryan signs, and you never know, a Daniel Bryan AJ match somewhere down the line as well. As that last thing to conquer almost. But to be fair, I don't know, because again, all depends with how WWE. You never know which way they're going to go here, and it does for some reason seem like they all of a sudden view Joe as the guy for some reason. But not that is a bad thing, by the way. There's a lot worse champions than that. But yeah, it's funny to think back, isn't it, Matt? Just thinking of Jinder Mahal there, the modern day Maharaj.
Yeah.
What on earth has happened to that? Talk about how to make things work good on short-term basis and then completely drop the ball, which exactly what I thought. One of those title reigns, Matt, much like Kevin Owens' title reign, you'll look back in history and probably have forgotten it because it never made it through to the big shows. It never made it through to the big matches. I always thought the biggest shame was when they dropped the ball, like, what was it, like a week or 2 weeks out from Survivor Series where he was booked to face Brock Lesnar, and then they were like, no, it's going to be AJ. I was like, my God. That's incredible, isn't it? I mean, man, harsh stuff. But then again, would we have expected Jinder to have come back after being released by WWE and even getting anywhere near that push? I don't know. It just goes to show you how things can change. I've got a feeling, my heart wants to say AJ, but my brain and head is telling me Samoa Joe in this one, but we'll see. Now, the singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship match, Matt. Alexa Bliss up against Ronda Rousey, and again, a very mixed bag here. Had a lot of emails, people suggesting, WWE, what the hell are they doing with Ronda at the moment? This is getting all too cheesy. It's going to end on falling on its feet, on its backside, quite frankly, at the end of all this, because I don't know if they know how to really execute and enhance Ronda for all the best things, Matt. I don't know if you saw that interview she gave as well. I think I sent you some quotes from it, where they sort of said, like, what did Vince tell you? And it was like, don't go out there in that fight mode face. Go out and smile to the audience and embrace everything, enjoy everything, because they want to hug you, the fans. They just want to squeeze you. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds horrendous. I mean, is this why this is happening, Matt? I mean, honestly, again, you think to yourself, how can you get Ronda Rousey, and what was the best feature about her in UFC? It was that damn walkout. How does that get top what WWE are doing? When if you're WWE and who, let's face it, WWE care about their entrances way more than what UFC do. How on earth have they mucked this one up, Matt, and not sort of executing Ronda in her strengths here? And I don't mind Ronda coming out on Raw doing that, if she's just going to come out and walk down to the ring. But, when it comes to fight time, take the Brock Lesnar stance on it. Let's be legit. Let's be real. And let's give her that badass, what we know she can be and she can do. Amazing stuff in the ring. But it's not going to be very transparent, Matt, if she's doing all this good stuff in the ring and yet outside of the ring, the facials are almost sort of Disney-fied, if you will. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I really don't understand this. This is really, a bit strange to me. And like you said, with Vince McMahon giving that kind of advice, he's not an amateur in this business. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
How did he come up with that advice? Is he going to say it to Brock Lesnar as well before he goes out? He's like, by the way, smile to the fans, shake Roman Reigns' hand, give him a hug, and then get the match on.
They want to hug you.
This is, I can't, it's hard for me to believe he'd even say that, because that just sounds so opposite to the image they want to portray her as. But there's so many talking points about this match, and although I get the point that her going for the title generates a lot of interest and a lot of buzz and probably a lot of stuff outside of the wrestling community, but for her to come in there, she's had one solitary singles match on Raw, and she's given the women's championship title match. It just seems like so so like far from anything they've done before. Like when you think back to the days of, we're going to go back to the old days. We keep doing that now. Back to the Attitude Era with Austin and that, and they really made them work for the title, made them chase. You know, it got you behind that wrestler. It got you to root for them. Not someone who's just given it just for the sake of being given the opportunity. And that's why, like, even though like Stephanie and Triple H aren't so much in the picture anymore, you need that kind of heel authority figure, and especially because it doesn't even make sense story-wise when she sort of purposely got out there to break Stephanie's arm, but Stephanie's not doing anything to sort of get involved or distract her from the title match or try and keep her out of that picture. It just doesn't make any sense story-wise even.
Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the deal with Ronda Rousey. Like, for me, she's a huge star. She's definitely doing the stuff with merch. She's definitely doing the stuff with, you know, outside. She's bringing in new fans, no doubt about that. She's doing everything they would have signed her to do. That's perfect. But I think to us WWE fans here already, what they need to do is, I mean, I'm already a Ronda fan, so you haven't got to convince me anymore. But what they've got to do to the average fan out there is they've got to show what she's doing. Now, unfortunately, the thing that you're not hearing about is the fact she does work all the house shows. She's always there. She's always on the road in that. So she's not taking any time off there. But unfortunately, what they're doing is they've been very, very tactful with what they do with her on Raw. Really bad. I mean, and what she is doing on Raw, unfortunately, is doing more damage than it is good, because even the feud stuff, like, it's not sort of like less is more in the sense of how it's worked with Brock, because sometimes it's like, man, even though she's not wrestling, it's like I'm not waiting to see her wrestle. Like, I'm not excited because this is a one-off match and she's going to be able to wrestle at SummerSlam here, like I used to be, say, with a Brock Lesnar, because, you know, it comes very few and far between, and you know you're going to get something special. With this, I feel like they've done a really terrible job since signing her with that type of stuff. I mean, let's be honest, Matt, that feud with Stephanie and Triple H, it was god awful, if we're being honest. And the match sort of, you know, was amazing. I mean, it was, for me, that was one of the best matches of WrestleMania. They told a great story in the match, but the feud wasn't brilliant. And man, some of the lines and the way they were making her, you know, look and everything was awful. Now, I think it's one of those things, people want to like Ronda. That's the thing, Matt. You can see fans want to, but there's not enough there. The WWE are not giving enough character-wise to say, you know, this is why you should be cheering her. Like, they want to, but there's something there that is going to stop that. And I've got a feeling, Matt, if WWE are not careful, fans could start to reject it a little bit. They could start to get a little bit of a Roman Reigns feel here. Because shoving this down your throat could also be as damaging. I feel like they're going that way a little bit, and you know, even I, as a Ronda Rousey fan, I'm starting to see it. So if I'm starting to see it, everyone else is going to be starting to see it a lot more ramped up than I am. So hopefully, I mean, to this SummerSlam match, hopefully this is going to work out well and it's booked properly. I do feel like this might not be the moment. However, and I know it sounds ridiculous because you'd think this would be it by now, but this, you know, if you were going to say about a chase, that would make it a little bit more desirable, if the fact that the chase is always normally better than the catch, and I just feel like once she's catched it, what on earth are you going to do from that point of view, and how do you have a dominant person get over with the fans then? That's going to be even more difficult. So I do feel like some sort of crazy antics, you know, almost you want to see her get it, but there's going to be something happen, or it's going to be taken out of her hands again. I don't know if this might be the night that they maybe set up something for the Evolution pay-per-view. I've got a feeling, Matt, from the rumours mill, that Stephanie McMahon and her are going to be back involved with each other, by the way. So you never know. But for me, I've got a feeling, Matt, that Ronda may win, but it will kind of be by DQ or something. I don't think she's going to win the belt. That's my prediction. What about you?
You know, might say something that a lot of people probably won't like or probably disagree with. But has anyone ever seen Roman Reigns in a skirt? It might be her. She might be filling that role. She might be the dominant force that they want you to get behind. And I'm kind of wondering now, like, when are the fans going to turn on her? When is that going to happen? And if they do, like, will she actually be used as a heel? Because they should